Hey everyone, I'm editing and I just realized I made a huge mistake. Throughout this video, I'm going to call this bag the Forge 20. Black Ember has two Forge bags. They have the regular Forge and they have a Forge 20, which is actually a smaller version of the bag I'm about to talk about. I got confused when I was looking up the name of the bag. So what I'm talking about is actually the actual Forge bag, 20 to 30 liter expansion. They have a smaller version called the Forge 20, which is 18 liter. So I apologize in advance. I'm calling this bag the wrong name. This is not the Forge 20. This is just the regular old Forge. Apologize in advance. On to the video.
How's everyone doing today? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. My name is Odie Matthews. Welcome back to my channel on this website I like to call www.isthistebestbackpack of2020.com/youtube.edu, and today we're going to talk about that very thing. This is the Black Ember Forge 20. Let's get into it. So not too long ago, I did a review on the Forge Citadel R2 modular backpack and immediately fell in love with Black Ember's products. So I knew it was only a matter of time before I got my hands on the Forge 20. So the question is, what makes the Forge 20 three-way backpack so amazing? Well, I'm here to tell you. All right, let's get into the materials on this bag. You have 800D 3-layer micro hex textile. You have Hypalon zipper pulls, T6 anodized aluminum hardware, YKK aqua guard zippers, Maglock magnetic hardware, and textile components are all laser cut. What that basically means is from the aqua guard zips, the Hypalon zipper pulls, the YKK zippers, and all the textile that comes into this. For one, all these attachment points here are laser cut, and they are a phenomenal addition to this bag to add extra components. The zippers all feel really nice as you unzip, even like this front one with the YKK. For one, the zipper pulls are super nice, but it just unzips super nicely, even with that aqua guard zip. And sometimes with aqua guard zips or weather guard zips, you can have a little bit of an issue with the pull of it, right? Because sometimes it might get a little stuck, it might be a little rigid, and sometimes you have to break them in. From the moment I started unzipping parts of this bag to practice packing and to get a feel for it before I took it on my trip, I immediately noticed that even around the corners of this bag, the zippers don't get stuck. These are some high quality zippers, zipper pulls, and aqua guard seals. So on the sides here, you have 4 attachment points. A couple, they end up being behind the back panel and then at the front of the bag. This is where you put, these are your compression straps, right? With that Fig Lock hardware here. Super, super convenient. One thing that I noticed that I did on my trip, and I don't have it on here right now, is this is where I end up putting my Gorilla Pod, right? On the outside of this bag, because there really wasn't room on the inside. And you'll see that I packed this thing out probably about as full as you'd want to, or probably can pack this thing out. You probably want to take a little less, but I took all my camera gear and then I didn't use any of it really. So smart move on my part. But these, right, these Fig Locks these are the attachment points that are laser cut, and these things are a really nice addition. Even if they really don't do much for compression, I noticed that the more you pack out the bottom of the bag, the more you can compress up here at the top, but I can't really compress too much down here at the bottom. And the reason for that is because at the bottom is where my packing cube and my tech pouch and stuff are up here at the top. So I could have compressed this down more at the top and given it kind of that weird like thing, because with the way this bag expands and the way this bag has its dimensions built in, you can see a little give in this bag if you were to compress it down. But I found that just having those on there in case I need to throw something like my jacket, which is something I actually did when I was carrying it briefcase mode, I actually had my jacket in between the 2 straps here, and it made it really easy to carry it down the aisle of the plane, and I didn't have to worry about wearing my jacket because planes are usually hot, but I like to have my jacket for when I get off, kind of thing. Don't want to pack it away. So the material on the outside with these Fig Locks are honestly a thing. Now, in order to get these, you have to buy the Forge 20. It's like the Max edition, right? They have different levels, and different levels come with different things. So with the Max level, you get these compression or attachment straps. You get an extra handle here, And this is my only real bummer about this bag, is this is going to be great because now I have an extra handle for my R2 pack, which is great because I don't have to really buy one separately. These handles that they have that you can attach, if you watch my other review, are killer because you can kind of put them, if you're one person, if you sling it over your left and you only want a handle on your left side or your right side or the bottom or the top, you can kind of adjust where you want it if you want it in certain places. On this bag, where I want this handle is up top here. This top strap is just a simple piece of webbing, and it makes it kind of difficult to grab onto. But if I could put this beefy guy up here, which there's really, I mean, I guess you could kind of jimmy rig it in here with these, but I don't know if that's really, because it kind of moves. I don't like that. I wish there was 2 of these laser cut attachments up here at the top so I could put this handle, because this doesn't, I don't like how much give that has compared to the other packs where the handle kind of stays a little bit more flush. I would rather have 2 more attachment points up here to replace this top strap, because this top strap, because you don't have anything on the sides except for these, and you do have the same thing at the bottom here, just a nice simple piece of webbing. So I just wish that I had one more good spot to grab here up top, because these handles are phenomenal. And let's talk about those. So part of the reason the Forge is a 3-way is you got 3 ways to carry it. You have backpack mode, you have kind of like a carry briefcase, and then you have a shoulder strap that you can attach and carry it. I guess that's more briefcase style. So with these 2 handles here, you can actually, there's a little button here, you can button these together to make it easier to keep them together, which is how I had my jacket through it. But these are super, super solid handles. Whether you're throwing it up in the overhead compartment or you're wanting to carry it down the aisle of the plane, which is typically how I carry my bags. I usually sling it off because I don't want to hit anybody. Because sometimes people are like leaning out in the aisle and they're like, "What'd you say?" And then you smack them in the side of the head. You don't really want to do that because that's rude, but they shouldn't be out in the middle of the aisle. So, I guess it's okay. I don't really know proper aisle etiquette. But these are super, super solid handles. I love these. These have a nice webbing over them. A little bit of, it feels like there's something in here, but they just feel really well stitched together. And the reason why I like having these handles here is because this back here, for one, 2 great shoulder straps that are incredibly comfortable. The first time I threw this on, I had to adjust these load lifters up top here all the way to the top to keep the weight up, because there are no hip straps on this bag, which I'm actually fine with, because even though I packed this bag out a little heavy, I wouldn't really normally pack it out as heavy as I did, because I would be carrying, for a normal trip, I would be carrying less equipment. And when it's in more of like your daily carry mode, that 20-liter mode, you really don't need hip straps for it. Honestly, the weight, even with just the shoulders or the load lifters here and the sternum strap, did a great job of distributing that weight, because these are some killer straps. I noticed the same thing on the R2 that I have, the Citadel pack. Great straps that honestly adjust really well, but what partners well with those is this EVA foam here on the back with this air channel. So with this back panel and these EVA foam, plus you also have a luggage pass-through here, I'll point that out. But what you can do is you can unvelcro this, and then you can actually fold your strap into the side of the bag. So if you're about to get on the plane, you don't want your straps dangling everywhere, you can actually just kind of fold that in there nicely and then do that number. Now what I will say is, because I have this bag packed out so much, this is kind of bulgy compared to when it's not as packed out. But I will say, if this didn't fit in front of the seat in front of me, but I also chose cheap airlines, because when I fly on vacation and my company's not paying for the flights, I get cheap flights. So I will say I flew Frontier and Spirit, right? So like they got nothing. I'm pretty sure you have to like buy your own armrests on those. So it didn't quite fit in the seat in front of me, but it fit nicely in the overhead compartment, and it was really easy to put up there, because before I got on the plane, I threw these down like that, carried a briefcase mode down the center of the aisle, just kind of like doing one of these numbers, and then just chucked it up there, and it was perfect. So one of the benefits of the Forge is the fact that it has this expansion. You see this zipper right here. This can expand and collapse, right? It goes from a 20-liter to a 30-liter. They say it's a 30-liter, but I packed this thing out like it's more of a 35-liter. I think you can get quite a lot in this bag for the size and the way these compartments are set up. So here at the front, this is the front zipper, has a really nice little feature that I quite like. You open this front zipper, it's got this nice organization. 3 mesh compartments that are easy to put things in. I'm gonna walk you through my loadout. Basically, I have a Topo Designs pouch. This is my spare tech stuff. These are my spare cables, spare wires, spare charger cables, adapters, microphone, anything like that, my like lapel mic. Anything extra goes in here just in case I need it. I typically don't end up using this, but it's always nice for me to have. I also have a thing of dental floss. I like to travel with dental floss. If I eat in the airport, I like to go to the bathroom and floss because I don't like food in my teeth, right? So that's the first little mesh compartment here. Then I have my phone charger, just in case. I've got a couple snack bars, some RX minis. Perfect travel snack because they do the trick and they're really good for you. And then a pair of glasses up here at the front, right? That's the middle. Oh, look, another bar. So I had 3 bars. The middle mesh, it feels like the biggest. It looks like the biggest. It's kind of hard to show you everything because this doesn't fold down all the way. But in this far right one, what I end up having is just to kind of show you for size. What was actually in here is the camera I'm recording on was in this compartment, but I can't have that camera in here and record. So for size, this is my Powerbeat Pros. Those are my travel headphones if I'm not using my over-the-ear Sennheiser. And then what they have in here is a key clippy dip, right, with that same fid lock. And this is my life straw. This is my portable straw. So when I get a drink or something like that, this is usually with me in my daily carry everywhere I go, because if I'm gonna get a straw, I like to use these metal straws. I don't like to use plastic straws. Because I work for an environmental company, it feels weird using plastic. So like I don't use plastic water bottles or anything like that. But also I think metal straws just taste better. It's got like this rubber on the inside. I'll link to most of this below if I can find the links. But this is a good spot. Like I said, if you're using this as a daily commuter bag, when it's down in the 20-liter mode, this is a good spot to put your car keys, house keys, office keys, key badge for work, anything like that. And the way it kind of sits, you can fit whatever is in there in that 3rd mesh compartment. Then there's some pin guys, so for the heck of it, I threw, that pin's open. Don't mark my bag. I threw a couple pins in the pin spots up here, and then this is my portable charger. I very rarely find myself using these because I always have a layover or my phone's charged enough or my tablet's charged enough on a flight. But I like to carry one of these just in case. And this compartment, or this little guy up here, is honestly perfect for a portable charger. I'm not sure if that's what they intended it for, but I mean, a wallet would fit in there. You could probably fit, if you wanted to, you could fit your phone. Yeah, you can fit your phone, but I think it's honestly perfect for like a portable charger kind of deal there. And that is basically your front. This is like all kind of quick access kind of stuff. You just grab and go in all these pockets, and I really love that, right? Then you move into the first clamshell. This thing has 2 clamshell openings, right? So the first one, what you have is this is another organizer compartment. And what I have in here is just a GoPro. I sometimes carry GoPros with me. I like to carry my camera equipment. Like I said, I brought all this and then just didn't use it. And this is actually where I put all my liquids for my toiletries, right? Because I like to have these right here at the top. I can, if I needed to pull them out for TSA or anything, they're right there. I don't have to go digging into the main compartment of the bag. And honestly, this compartment, this pocket, fit them honestly like super perfect. So you have 2 guys right here, and you might be thinking like, well, I can't see your hand. These zippers on the side here are the mesh compartments that you can also put stuff in. So you have quite a lot, and they each have a little bit of their own dimension here to store items. And then behind that, there's a big open spot for like, this is a good tablet sleeve if you have like an iPad Pro. I was thinking like maybe the smaller iPad Pro, or just regular iPad, iPad mini, tablets, papers, folders, anything like that would fit really well in this compartment. And then to top it off, there's one more zipper with one more big long compartment here at the back. So loaded with tons of internal organization on just the front of the bag and in the front panel. And this one, the reason I like it is because you put your zippers at the top and you unzip, right, you have easy, quick access to all, except for like, I guess if you only had to unzip like this, you'd have to unzip it more to get into those mesh compartments. But overall, with that clamshell opening, you have quick and easy access to a lot of your items at the top. And I love that quite a lot for on the go, travel, and just daily commuting, having those items easily accessible. In this other compartment, you have a mesh, right? This was my overflow. This is my sun knit hoodie from Western Rise. This is a good, got some built-in dimension. Just kind of like a good spot to put like a flannel or a button up or anything like that. This is a good spot because it's gonna keep it flat and it's not gonna get super wrinkled. But then you unzip this little compartment, and this is your main compartment, right? So what is falling out of here, this is where I put my computer charger because I don't typically use my computer while I'm flying. So it's nice, I don't have to worry about having that easily accessible. And since it's bulky, because it's a giant brick, it fits in here nicely because there's always overload space. That's what I call it like overfill space, right? Because right here, you can see there's still space up here against there. It's a good spot to put bulkier items that you don't need quick access to because I feel like it takes up spot. But what I ended up using that for was extra socks. I had some extra socks. This one doesn't even have a match. So pretend you didn't see that because I was disorganized leaving my vacation. That's what I was on. I took this bag on a vacation. I went and visited my father. He has a farm down south. So I was out there in the woods having a good grand old time with this bag. Didn't film as much as I thought I would because nature is beautiful. I got caught up in it. But then what I did is this is the Peak Design. This is the wash pouch, right? So what I ended up doing is this wash pouch doubled as toiletry items like deodorant, but then also my tech pouch, my GoPro charger, my computer, or this is my extra batteries for my camera, just extra batteries, tech cables. So I actually was able to, if you have a brick, right, and if you look up the dimensions on this, this actually fits in here perfectly. I don't have them off the top of my head. But a nice tech pouch that you could also put some of your smaller toiletry items like toothpaste, toothbrush, deodorant, and my contact solutions. Basically all I bring, except for my liquid toiletries, because I like to have my own body wash and stuff. And since I wasn't going to a hotel, I didn't want to smell like a 70-year-old man, because it's my dad's body wash. That, you know, I don't know what he uses, but he just smells like a 70-year-old man would. Not bad. Like, he smells fine. Like, he doesn't stink. He just smells like a 70-year-old man. And you might be thinking, your dad's 70? Yeah, I'm the youngest of 7 kids, and I'm not even 30 yet. So my dad's old, but he moves like he's 60, so that's something. But this is a perfect spot. If you can double a wash pouch or a tech pouch and throw your other small toiletry items in, this fits in there perfectly. And then I also had my Peak Design packing cube. So these two take up that entire space in there. And that is your main space when it is expanded. And when it's not expanded, that's pretty much where all of your dimension is going to be expanded at, is in this main compartment. When you expand it out to 30 liters, the whole 30 liters you get is right here. So you don't get anything extra in the other compartments, but you do get extra here, which makes it great for a carry-on travel bag, because then when you get where you're going, which is exactly what I did, I collapsed it and threw what I needed for my hikes and stuff through the woods into this bag, and it was perfect. So I really like the expandability. I like this compartment. I like the size. I feel like it's the perfect size to fit a packing cube and a tech pouch or a wash pouch. And really, my thing is, I like a bag that forces me to bring exactly what I need, so I'm not overpacking, and this bag really did that. I really like that. Okay, so moving on to the back clamshell, right? So undo this one, and same kind of thing. Double clamshell, like I said. Here's the laptop compartment. It's got a false bottom. It's suspended off the bottom of the bag in every single way. And that is key, because if you're carrying it this way and you set it down, you don't have to worry about your laptop because you've got that nice false bottom here. And if you're carrying it normal, you've got a false bottom here. Honestly, this thing is protected almost entirely all the way around. And I love that. It's a nice laptop compartment. You got another fid lock here. The only thing about this is it always, if you're trying to get it out one-handed, you gotta kind of make sure you block it so it doesn't get back there. Because if you just kind of undo it and you're like, okay, what? Oh, hang on. It will find its way back, is what I'm getting at. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You could tuck it like that, if you wanted to, or you could even tuck it behind the laptop. But honestly, I just found two-handing it was the way to go. This is not my laptop. This is my wife's laptop. I use my laptop to record, but she has a lot of stickers, and so do I. So this is a 13-inch laptop. It'll fit up to a 15. You might be able to squeeze a 17 in there. I'm not sure, but I would say you're definitely safe with a 15. Nice laptop compartment. I really, really like this this lining in here, and this ripstop material is just, that is super nice. I really like that. And then on the other side, you have another kind of similar compartment like you saw over there. Just another little mesh guy. This is where I put my packable shoes. These are my Suaves. Just threw those in there. You got another spot here, not as big, to just kind of do overthrow. Overthrow smaller items, fit in there really, really well. So I'm gonna zip all these zippers back up. So the one thing to know about this, I guess, is depending on how much you're getting out at once, you will have a lot of zippers everywhere. But for the most part, you can keep them pretty organized. This is that zipper that collapses and back down to 20, and it just zips all the way around. I did have some trouble with this one getting caught on the guard. It just did it again. So you don't want to go too quick. You want to be a little careful and make sure everything's kind of tucked away. But then when you get to where you're at, you can kind of just fold this zipper down into the track, I guess you'd call it, of the zipper. And it, for the most part, hides away pretty well. But honestly, even if it doesn't, it's really not that big of a deal. And this is what you get with it collapsed, right? Now, I will say, if you're just planning on using this for a daily carry, if you don't really plan to extend this thing out to the 30 liters or expand it out, I don't think you really need these. You can compress this down even more when it's in the 20 liter. You can absolutely, you can crank on these things and you could get it super slim if you wanted to. But if you're not really planning on strapping anything to the outside of this bag, and you're not really planning on compressing it down, I don't think these are a necessary add-on for you. But if you are planning on putting stuff on the outside or compressing it down, then these have been a must. I got them in the Coyote tan. They also come in black, so whichever one best fits you. But overall, right, this is basically the gist of this bag. I think it is a great hybrid bag for minimal travel and everyday carry. I'm very excited to use this thing for more of a daily use. I said the hardware is premium. It's up there. It's one of the best built bags that I've ever gotten my hands on, because everything I touch on this feels amazing. From the outside materials, to the zipper pulls, to the zippers, the handles, the fidlock material, the straps, the internal material, the mesh. Even the mesh felt really good on my hands. And that is, it's just mesh, but they knocked that out of the park too. Everything is super, super, super well built on this bag. It carries very comfortably, and it has a spot for literally everything. If you're not a pouches person, right, there's a spot for everything. If you are a pouches person, there's a spot to put all those pouches. I think out of all the bags I reviewed this year, this is easily one of my favorites. I don't pick a favorite ever, but this is easily in the top 3 of the best bags I've used this year. Black Ember has done it again. I'm super excited. They have a Kickstarter on right now, the Shadow Collection. It's more of a daily carry backpack if you're not into the Citadel Collection. I'm looking forward to that. It has a built-in tech compartment. I back that. They have a TK sling that's on pre-order. They just finished that Kickstarter. I haven't gotten a chance to pre-order that one yet, but it's on my list. Black Ember quickly became one of my favorite companies because, for one, they've been a joy to talk to, and for two, their products have absolutely blown me away. And now they're 2 for 2 on honestly a bag that is going to the top of my recommended list. Actually, today in the airport, someone messaged me on Instagram and was talking about how they wanted to get a bag that was hybrid and everything. And my recommendation was the Black Ember Citadel Modular, because I feel like that one literally does it all. It's one of my favorites. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns about the Black Ember Forge 20, let me know in the comments below. I'll do my very best to answer those for you. If you need any more pictures, videos, if you want to just have a chat, a recommended list, or whatever, shoot me an email, odiematthewsbags@gmail.com. It's somewhere up here. I'm always up for getting emails, and I'll answer those. It's easier for me to answer those than it is to send me a message on Instagram, because usually it's a request on Instagram and I don't see that, and it takes me days sometimes to go in there and check. so I apologize on that one. You can follow me on Instagram though, odie_Matthews. I'm always putting things up to the vote and posting pictures of my dog and things like that. Thank you again for supporting this channel. If you could leave this video a like, that means a lot to me. Subscribe if you want more nonsense. As soon as I reach 1,000, I've got something I'm planning on doing. Thank you to Black Ember. They didn't send this to me, I bought it. But just thank you for this bag, even though just for making this bag. But overall, 2 thumbs up. Thank you guys again, and I will see you next time.